what ride should you ride first at California Adventure? If you want my honest answer, I don't know that it matters too much, because it really depends a lot on your personal preferences and how the parks are playing out that day. However, I know that that's not really the answer you guys want. So I'm gonna share with you guys kind of what I would do first thing in the morning at California Adventure. And this does have a two-part answer because it depends on whether you're coming for extra magic hours or whether you're coming at park opening, because it completely changes where you should go first. So again, this is just my suggestions. You can disagree with it all you like, and you might have a completely different thing that you do, and that's totally fine. But this is what I do, and I feel that it is the most effective use of time. So let's start if you're coming in for extra magic hours. Now these are only available if you're staying at one of the resort hotels. That's the only way that you can get into California Adventure an hour early. But if you are able to be part of extra magic hours, what I would do first thing is head to one of three rides first. Either Guardians of the Galaxy, the Incredicoaster, or Toy Story Midway Mania. One or more of those may not yet be open for different reasons, but usually those three are all open during extra magic hours. So I would go to one of those three first because not very many other people are. But once you do step in the park, make sure that you do get a fast pass for Radiator Springs Racers, because that'll be available to you not too long after park opening. After you go on that first ride, you can very much so use your time just kind of going to the other two of those three and getting those big rides in right off the bat. It's also, I think, a good use of time to go into Cars Land and do Mater's Junkyard Jamboree and Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters and get those kind of out of the way taken care of, because the lines are not going to be any shorter during the day than they are during extra magic hours, because no one else is trying to get into them. Very, very last thing before the end of extra magic hours, I would do one of two things. Either go to Soarin' or to Radiator Springs Racers. The reason being, the rides are not yet open to the general public. But everyone from extra magic hours who has wanted to ride them has likely already ridden them. And so the lines are going to be at their absolute shortest right before the park opens. And so you'll be able to go on those rides with absolute minimal wait, come out, the park has just barely opened, and either your fast pass for Radiator Springs Racers is now valid, or it should be pretty close to valid and you should be able to get your next fast pass pretty shortly. So that's if you're coming in for extra magic hours. Now let's say that you're just coming in with regular park opening. Where I would not suggest is going to either Guardians of the Galaxy or Radiator Springs Racers very first thing. Everybody is doing that, and so the lines are crazy busy. So I would not suggest that. I would suggest getting fast passes for one of those two, very first thing. And then if you want to get an e-ticket ride in, then you should go and try to do either the Incredicoaster or Soarin' right off the bat, if you want to get an e-ticket in. If you don't care so much about that, what we usually do actually is getting all the smaller rides in, like The Little Mermaid or Monsters Inc., things like that, because no one's heading to those rides yet. And so we can get those out of the way really early before they're busy at all and just rack up the fast passes for all the other attractions. And so that's what we typically do. And actually, we find that when we do that, we tend to get everything that we want to accomplish at California Adventure just a little after lunch. And then we can spend the rest of the day repeating things or doing other stuff or park hopping, things like that. So that's my suggestion. That's what we do. But again, this does not mean that this is what you have to do, or that I think that you're wrong if you do something different. Absolutely not. I do not think that at all. So if you do have a different way of doing things, go ahead and share those in the comments below and help those out so that other people can figure out what they want to do when they visit the parks. So that's just the first part. Obviously, there's going to be another video coming up in not too long for the other park. But I thought I'd start with California Adventure, especially since its extra magic hours are not as easily predictable as Disneyland's are. So that's it for this week. Kind of a short video, but I think it still has a lot of stuff in it that can help you out. So go ahead and like and subscribe so you can get more videos like this one. Leave any other questions or comments you have in the comments below. And make sure that you visit us at all our social media stuff and follow us and all that jazz. And we will see you guys next week. All right, bye.